welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brianna, and today we are going to be building my June TBR. So for May, if you guys have been keeping up with my videos, you saw that I made a TBR book bingo board, and we are going to be using that again for June. A little bit of an update with my bingo board for what I read in May. I have crossed off a new release, historical fiction, new to me author, cover with flowers, title starts with a B, enemies to lovers, and book of the month book. So we crossed off 7 spaces successfully. So the remaining spaces that we have are finish a book series, book with a playlist, reread a favorite, husband chooses, dark academia, been on my TBR for more than a year, an arc, a favorite author, a pink cover, a cover with an animal, a rec from a friend, a book person book, judge a book by its cover, a purple cover, fake dating, first in a series, and 400 plus pages. So we still have a lot of great options to choose from, and I have already picked out the books that I have in mind for June. So I'm going to go over those, and also keep in mind that I will be adding more books in June than what I show you right here because there's new releases coming out. As I'm filming this, it's the last week of May still, so I still have some reading time, and there's going to be new releases this week that I want to pick up for June. And then also, I think the first few weeks of June, there are new releases that I'm interested in, which I will show you any of those new books that I get that aren't in today's video, either in another video in June or in a reading vlog in June. And let me tell you, June is about to be a very, very hectic month for me because, first of all, my husband and I are going to Hawaii for our 1-year wedding anniversary. But the week that we leave for our vacation, my brother and his wife are also going on a vacation, so I will be helping watch my 2 young nephews, like, literally the days before I leave for Hawaii myself. So it's just going to be very, very hectic. I've been trying to get everything situated in May, so I didn't get as much reading done in May as I would have liked to, which is going to lead me to, I do have a few carryovers from May that are going on my June TBR. The first one is Talking at Night, and also keep in mind again that it is still the last week of May as I'm filming this, so I could very well get to this in May still, but if I don't, it will be going over to my June TBR. So make sure to go check out my May TBR video if you want to hear what this book is about. And then the second carryover from May is Normal People by Sally Rooney, so again, make sure to go check out my May TBR video. And now just getting into the fun books I have picked out for June. I had in mind like books that I could bring with on vacation, so like beachy, fun, summery reads for me to read in Hawaii. And then after picking those out, I kind of looked at my bingo board and I was like, okay, does this cross off anything on the bingo board? Because that is kind of the whole point and goal of me creating my TBR bingo board, to get books off of my physical TBR, and then I will reward myself with buying 1 book once I complete the whole bingo board. So the first book I have picked out is Scorch by Jennifer L. Armentrout, actually. This is one of her older books that just got like republished excuse me, I don't know what I'm saying, traditionally published. If you guys have been subscribed to me for a while, you might have seen me read Frigid, which is the first book in this little duology. So Frigid took place in the winter over Christmas break, and then Scorch takes place in the summer, so I've kind of been saving it for summertime. And this one I'm pretty sure is like enemies to lovers. I don't know, I feel like I kind of know what to expect because with Frigid, it was very, very spicy and like kind of lacking plot a little bit, so that's honestly what I'm expecting from this as well. Like, I'm not gonna go into it expecting the best read of my life, but it's still just kind of something that you don't have to think about when you read. I thought this would be a really nice palette cleanser to maybe read on the plane because I'm going to have 2 extremely long travel days going from Minnesota to Hawaii. Or also this might just be fun like at the beach or at the pool. So we'll see. This definitely isn't like at the top of my list, like, oh my gosh, I want to read this so bad, because again, I kind of know what to expect after reading Frigid. But I do think it would be a nice fluffy palette cleanser. And then we have The Roommate. Again, I thought this would just be a fun beachy option for us. And it has really cute little sprayed edges. I think in this one, the main character inherits a house from like her grandma or her aunt. So half of the house goes to her, but then the other half of the house goes to her like ex-friend, lover. I don't know. I think it's gonna be like lovers to enemies back to lovers, or like childhood friends to lovers to enemies back to lovers. I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun. And I did get sent this one from Bloom Books. So it says Hate to Love, Beach House, Forced Proximity, Second Chance Romance, and Childhood Best Friends. So there you go, a fun little beach house romance. Okay, now we're getting into the books that are actually going to like help me cross off points on the board. First, I have Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I feel like this might have been on one of my TBRs from a few months ago or something. I don't know. But in this one, I think the main character is at a party or something, and she is deciding between going home with a boy or just going home with her roommate. And basically, she gets to live both of those paths to see what each of them brings. And I think that sounds amazing. I love how there's a little bit of like magical realism in this Taylor Jenkins Reid book. And on the list, this one would cross off a favorite author because I have read 5 Taylor Jenkins Reid books, and I have loved every single one of them. So I have no doubt that this one's gonna be the same way. And then I actually have another Taylor Jenkins Reid book. This one is After I Do, and I read this, I want to say like 3 years ago. I think my husband and I had just gotten engaged, and I read this book, and this is my favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book, so I want to reread it, and then that would cross off reread a favorite book on our bingo board. This one is about Lauren and Ryan. They have been married a while, but they feel like they're kind of drifting apart. They feel like their marriage might be ending, so they kind of test it out. They spend time apart, and it just really puts things into perspective, like how important that person is to you, how important that life is to you. And yeah, it's just really, really beautiful. I want to annotate this one, and I also want to annotate Maybe in Another Life because I have annotated the other books in like, I don't know what it's called, like the Taylor Jenkins Reid kind of romancy reads. So yeah, I'm very excited to hopefully read some Taylor Jenkins Reid in June. Time for a coffee break. Yeah. Guys, I kid you not, since I got the Ninja Luxe coffee maker or cafe, whatever it's called, like the espresso maker. Well, actually my mom bought it, but I live with my mom, so. But ever since we got that, that is the only coffee I want to drink. We get like the Peace coffee brand coffee beans. Oh, they're so good. And then I've been making my own simple syrup lately. I made a strawberry simple syrup last week, so I've been putting the strawberry simple syrup in my creamer to make a cold foam with that. So I have a strawberry cold foam. It's so good. Literally, like if I go to a coffee shop or anything anymore, I will not order coffee because it just isn't even as good as the coffee I make at home. So if you need a sign to start making coffee at home, this is it. Get the Ninja coffee machine. It's very expensive. It's like $500, but if it saves you money from going out and buying coffee, and it's better for you, and it just tastes better too, so. Back to the TBR. The next book we have is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I made a TikTok with a bunch of different book options, basically asking which ones I should bring with to Hawaii that would make like perfect beachy reads. And the number one comment was The Paradise Problem, and I can see why, okay? I can see why. And I have been wanting to read this book since it came out. I feel like I've already talked about this on my channel. But I've been wanting to read this for like over a year when it came out, but I did not want to buy it in hardcover because all of my other Christina Lauren books are in paperback. So, you know what? I'm gonna go on a little rant here, a little tangent. I hate how publishing companies are now making it where romance books only come out in hardcover at first. Like, if I'm reading a romance book, I want a floppy little thing that I can whip open and spread the pages, you know? Don't get me wrong, I love hardcover books as well. Literally, whoa. I guess you guys probably can't see very well, but I actually prefer hardcover for like fantasy books. But for a romance book, why do we need to make it hardcover? You know why? So that publishing companies can make $13 more, because hardcover books are $30, whereas paperbacks are like $17 or $18. So yeah, that's my rant, that's my tangent. I really hate how, since reading has become more popular again in the last few years, publishing companies just want to take all of our money. I'm sorry, but I'm the type of person who will not fall for that. I will not be buying a hardcover romance book. I will wait the year to save my money. So take that, big publishing companies. I love you. I love you, like Bloom Books and Berkeley. But come on. Okay, anywho's, this I think is like a fake dating or marriage of convenience. I think it's a marriage of convenience. But then after a few years of being married, the main characters have to go to like the family reunion for the male main character's side of the family, and it's like on this remote island, and I've just heard that this is really, really fun. I know a lot of people actually will say this is their favorite Christina Lauren book, so I'm very, very excited for that. And this one on the bingo board I thought would be good for a pink cover. I mean, obviously there's some other colors in there too, but I feel like pink is the main color. Is that just me? Look at the back. The back is all pink. Right, it counts. I'm gonna say it counts. It's my bingo board. Okay, now we're getting into some fantasy. And the first one I have is The Grace Year. Again, on that TikTok I made asking what books to bring to Hawaii, this was one of the options, and quite a few people said to read this one. One person said, prepare to cry, and I was like, you know, I don't know if I want to cry, like on my anniversary honeymoon sort of deal, but I've heard this is really good, so it's probably worth it. This is a YA fantasy, and I think it follows the main character who just turned 16 or something, but in this world, 16-year-old girls have to like go out into the woods to get rid of their magic. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, that's all I really know. That's all I really want to go into it with. I don't like going into any book knowing too much, but especially with fantasy, I like to go into them a little bit more blindly because I really do feel like synopsises, or just synopsis. I don't know. I feel like the synopsis on books gives away a lot sometimes, and a lot that I don't want to know. So yeah, this one is actually going to cross off been on my TBR for longer than a year because my husband bought this for me for my 21st birthday, and I'm now 22. This next one I'm very, very excited for. It is This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi, and that is the same author as the Shatter Me series, which I really, really enjoyed. I still need to get Watch Me. Is that what the new book is called? And read that, but I'm very excited for this series. Honestly, I have no idea what it's about. Again, going into my books blindly. But Stephanie Garber has a little blurb, and it says, prepare to be destroyed. This one will wrench at your heart and make it proud, and in the end, it will leave you entirely speechless. Okay, Stephanie Garber, you know, I love the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, so this, as of right now, is a 3-book series. I think the 4th book comes out sometime later this year. But this book would cross off, where is it? Hello? Am I blind? Oh, first book in a series. I do have the other 2 books after this one already on my TBR, so I thought this would be a really good option for starting a new series since I already have the other books, since I'm technically on a book buying ban until we get back from our honeymoon. I keep on saying honeymoon. We went on a honeymoon last year after we got married, but basically there was a death in my husband's family when we were on our honeymoon last year, so obviously that made things really hard on my husband and on us. Like, our honeymoon, we're supposed to be celebrating, but now we're grieving. So we're going on a second honeymoon to Hawaii for our 1-year anniversary, because our first honeymoon, we didn't really get that honeymoon experience. And then the last book that I have picked out is House of Blight. I talked about this one in, I think, my like big book haul video from, oh gosh, it must have been April. I think this is a new adult romantasy, actually. I think it's gonna have some enemies to lovers. Again, I don't want to know too much about it, but this one, I am just so obsessed with the cover. I think it's so beautiful. I love the castle. I love all the colors that are in it. It just looks so whimsical. Like, you look at this and you're like, yeah, that's a fantasy book. So this one is going to cross off judge a book by its cover. Even though I am like intrigued for the actual story of it too, I honestly really gravitated toward it because of the cover. So those are all of the books as of right now that I have on my June TBR. I will say I will be adding the new Allie Hazelwood book that comes out soon. That one, what is it called? Problematic Summer Romance? Is that it? And then also the new Boys of Tommen Binding 13 book that's going to come out. Actually, I was going to say, would that cross off anything on here? But I don't know. Yeah, I really want the new Allie Hazelwood and then the new Binding 13 book. And then also I will have my book club pick for June, read in June. Just don't have the book yet. What else? I feel like there was another book for June that I was really excited for. If I think about it, I will insert a picture or several pictures if I think of more right here on the screen. So I'll just sit here and try and look pretty. Okay, and yeah, that's my June TBR. I feel like I do have quite a few books on there. Like, I have 10 books on there as of right now. And that kind of scares me because, like I said, it's going to be a very, very hectic month. I'm trying to get a lot of like filming, editing, recording, all that jazz, like content and work done before I'm watching my nephews and then before I go on vacation. And also I'm in the process of starting my own business, so I've been doing a bunch of stuff for that. So we might not get to all of these books. We didn't get to all of them in May. I was gonna say April. I don't even know what month it is, guys. That's how hectic my brain is right now. But anyways, yeah, we didn't even get to all of them in May, and I feel like we didn't have too many, so I'm a little nervous for June and just actually getting through all of the books that I want to read. But I will say I do think it'll help being on a plane for like 10 hours. I think so. 10 hours there and then 10 hours back, and then like beach and pool days all have reading time as well. I do think I'll have a good amount of reading time in just for traveling alone, but I am gonna be in Hawaii for 8 days, and it's like, obviously I'm not gonna be reading the whole time. Like, my husband and I are going to be doing stuff, and yeah. So we'll see. I will say I do have a lot of fun videos planned for June. Obviously I hope you guys enjoy them. I will be going book shopping a few times before our trip because I do have a gift card, and then I'm gonna go to another indie bookstore where I can like trade in my used books for store credit. So I plan on doing that because I have some books that I want to unhaul. So I'll have a few book shopping videos. I think I'll have a book haul video, and then I'll have like Hawaii packing, Hawaii prep, and then a Hawaii reading vlog. So I am really excited for my content in June, even though I feel really stressed out thinking about getting it all done. But I just hope it's worth it. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I feel like my mind is just kind of spinning, so I'm probably just really rambling and not my best, but this is who I am. This is me. So if you guys don't enjoy me, get out of here. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. That helps me out so much. Comment any other video ideas you want to see from me. Obviously I have video ideas in mind, but I want to give you what you guys want as well. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.